What's going on, everyone? I want to welcome you today to another edition of High School B-Ball Breakdown, but this is the Legends edition. At least once or twice a month, I'm going to be doing Legends editions on, the Legends of Indiana High School basketball. And today's focus is going to be on my hometown area, a fellow regioner, Glenn Big Dog Robinson, out of Roosevelt High School in Gary, Indiana. Glenn Big Dog Robinson was a legend in our area. I remember being in the 8th grade and going to my future high school, East Chicago Central High, to watch Roosevelt play. And he was unstoppable. Parade All-American, and he ended up being a McDonald's All-American when it was all said and done after his high school career. During the 1990-91 season, the Big Dog would take his Roosevelt Panthers to the Indiana State Championship. These were the days when the state champion consisted of one team. There was no such thing as all these classes with multiple state champions. These circumstances made the task of winning extremely difficult. These are clips from the Indiana State semifinal as Roosevelt takes on the Whitco Wildcats. As you can see in these clips, the Big Dog is an unstoppable force. He's too big and too strong for the Whitco Wildcats. The Big Dog would finish his senior season averaging 25.7 points and 15 rebounds per game. Glenn would go on to lead his Roosevelt Panthers to a win in the state championship over the Brebeuf Braves and Allen Henderson, a player who's considered his equal in that class of 90-91. Glenn will go on and win the 1990-91 Indiana Mr. Basketball crown at season's end. And now we get into the college years. As you see, Glenn Robinson ended up being a Purdue Boilermaker, Boiler Up, the school that I root for. We're going to talk about his best season, which was his last season, 93-94 season, where he put up 30 points a game and 10 rebounds. Glenn was a monster during his college seasons. As you see, a lot of this footage is old, so the picture's not great. We have crystal clear TV now as compared to in the mid-90s. But as you see by these highlights, Glenn was an unstoppable scorer on the college level. That's what he was known for. He's known for putting up buckets, and he was actually a better rebounder in college. He was hard to stop. Glenn went on to win the Big Ten Player of the Year, and he also won the NCAA Player of the Year award as the best player in the country. This picture, I'm going to show you the actual video of this picture, because this was in the Western region of the NCAA tournament where he dunked on Greg Ostertag, and it was nasty. He poster shotted him. I'm pretty sure a lot of you Boiler fans remember this, especially if you were from the time I was from, watching Boiler basketball in the early 90s. You remember this. Okay, this is the next poster shot that Glenn gave of Ostertag. As you can see, the nice dime from my boy Matt Waddell. Glenn goes up, yams it on him. Ostertag shouldn't have jumped, but he was a good sport about it. So the Big Dog went on to finish his college year with all the accolades, all the awards. He just came up short of winning the NCAA title. He didn't make it to the Final Four because he had to deal with Grant Hill in the regional final in the Duke Blue Devils. And Grant Hill locked him down. But he was definitely a shoo-in to be the number one NBA draft pick after it was all said and done. All right, so now we get into Glenn's rookie season in the NBA. As you see, he was the number one pick in the NBA draft by the Milwaukee Bucks. And he had a good rookie season, averaging 22 points and 6 rebounds a game. The Bucks weren't really a winning franchise at that time. But they had him and they had Vin Baker, who used to be good and was an all-star. Ray Allen didn't make it there yet, so we would see the Bucks be good in years to come. Glenn Robinson was a 10-year vet and a known scorer from high school all the way to the pros. He could create his own shot. Smaller defenders he could take down in the paint and post them. He had a good mid-range shot, and he could occasionally take it out and shoot behind the arc too. Good player. Unfortunately, not a Hall of Fame caliber player, but he may have been that tier underneath a Hall of Fame. And here's some highlights from the big dog in the NBA. As you can see, he can go to the basket. Nice mid-range jump shot. That's what he does. Strong. Post. This is what I was talking about in the post with smaller defenders. He was just a known scorer, man. He was known to get buckets. And then check out this finish right here. The only major accolades Glenn Big Dog Robinson had in the NBA came his rookie season. He was part of the NBA All-Rookie team with co-rookies of the years, Jason Kidd and Grant Hill. So that tells you something, because both of those guys are Hall of Famers. And then he also went on to be a 2-time NBA All-Star. You know, what is basically recognition of your talent. You're one of the best players in the NBA. The big dog didn't win too many individual accolades, but he won the ultimate team accolade. And that's when him and the San Antonio Spurs won the 2005 NBA championship with players such as Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker. Big Dog would finish his career averaging 20.7 points per game and 6.1 rebounds. Salute to you, Glenn. As usual, I want to thank everybody for checking out my video on Glenn Big Dog Robinson. Remember, this is Indiana High School B-Ball Breakdown Legends Edition. I'm going to be doing these Legends Editions maybe like twice a month. I want to ask you to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I also have writings that I do on a website called scoutmygame.com, where you can check out some of my articles on high school players.